Kylie Jenner has more secrets and scandals than her sisters combined, but what secrets has she paid to keep hidden and out of the public's eyes? The lip filler drama. Of course, no rise to fame is complete without a scandal, and Kylie's was all about her lips. By 2014, fans and the media couldn't stop asking one question: did she or didn't she? Kylie's ever-growing pout has sparked intense speculation about whether or not she had undergone cosmetic procedures. For months, she played coy, attributing her fuller lips to makeup tricks like overlining, but there's no way it was that. That made her plump, look that perfect. Nobody was buying that narrative. She even gave a masterclass on contouring her lips on social media, sending young fans into a frenzy to recreate the look. But as the rumors mounted, so did the pressure to come clean. Finally, in 2015, during an episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, Kylie confessed to what many had suspected all along. She said in a very casual, offhand way that downplayed the media storm swirling around her, "I have temporary lip fillers. It's just something that I wanted to do." Jenner said she felt insecure about her lips and wanted them to be bigger for a very long time, while also saying that she wanted to balance her full lower lip with her naturally thin upper lip, and overall, she just wanted to achieve a more balanced facial profile. Critics accused Kylie of promoting a very unrealistic beauty standard, particularly to her young and impressionable fan base. The Kylie lip challenge, where young adults suctioned, their lips in an attempt to mimic her look, went absolutely viral, resulting in painful injuries for many. What should have been a cosmetic choice for a young adult quickly escalated into a public health issue. But in true Kardashian Jenner style, Kylie, capitalized on the buzz, of course. Jenner has since built a multi-million-dollar beauty company, launching her widely successful Kylie Lip Kit in 2015. Kylie Cosmetics actually expanded rapidly and now includes a huge range of products. On June 29th, 2017, Kylie and Kendall released a new line of vintage t-shirts for their brand Kendall plus Kylie. The distressed, faded shirts featured superimposed images of the sisters' faces over famous musicians, including Tupac, The Doors, Biggie Smalls, and Ozzy Osbourne. Kendall Jenner and Kylie Jenner were criticized for selling shirts showing their faces and copyrighted images. They actually faced a series of lawsuits over this. The photographer of Tupac Shakur filed a lawsuit against the Jenners, alleging that they used his photos without permission. The Jenners settled the lawsuit, but there's no word on whether any money was exchanged. Biggie's estate filed a lawsuit against the Jenners, alleging that they misappropriated the rapper's image. For The Doors, the band's manager actually sent a cease and desist letter to the Jenners, accusing them of trying to capitalize on the legacy of artists who created amazing art and messages. Sharon Osbourne even chimed in and said, "Girls, you haven't even earned the right to put your face with musical icons. Stick to what you know, lip gloss." The Jenners brand apologized for any insensitivity and actually removed the designs right away. In their apology, which was shared on Instagram, they wrote, "These designs were not well thought out, and we deeply apologize to anyone that has been upset and or offended, especially to the families of the artists. We are huge fans of their music, and it was not our intention to disrespect these cultural icons in any way. The t-shirts have been pulled from retail and all images have been removed. We will use this as an opportunity to learn from these mistakes, and again, we are very sorry." Now, the brand said that the images were obtained from a company licensed to sell them, and that they did not intend to offend anyone, and that the designs were just kind of randomly selected. The shirts retailed for $125, but the high price tag was the least of everyone's concerns. Now, some social media users claimed that the reality stars were co-opting musicians' images and that the shirts were disrespectful, especially to the artists who are now passed on. The shirts were removed from Kendall plus Kylie's, website the same day they were released. Photographer Michael Miller, who took the image of Tupac that appeared on one of the shirts, later sued Kendall and Kylie Jenner, accusing them of using the image, again, without his permission. According to Rolling Stone, Miller alleged that the Jenners misappropriated and wrongfully exploited the photos and intended to exploit his photography. The sisters disputed the allegations and said they had received permission again to use these photos. It was the same song and dance. Now, the suit was dropped in 2018, but no details about a settlement were ever released even to this day. Kendall was also in a legal battle with photographer El Pereira, who sued Kendall Inc. for using his Tupac and Biggie images in that same t-shirt line. Now, TMZ at the time reported that Kendall was seeking $22,000 from Pereira to cover the legal costs of what she calls a frivolous lawsuit. Oddly enough, Pereira dropped the lawsuit lawsuit only to refile just a few days later. Shortly after though, Kendall plus Kylie released another controversial item, a Chinese takeout bag that appeared to be like nearly identical to one released by Kate Spade in 2014, though no legal action was ever taken. And they never made these mistakes again, and honestly, all of their clothes and accessories mainly sit on the racks at TJ Maxx or Burlington Coat Factory, so if you're looking for them, that's where you'll find them. When Kylie Jenner announced her new skincare line, Kylie Skin, the collection included 6 products: a foaming face wash, a vitamin C serum, a toner, a moisturizer, an eye cream, and a walnut face scrub. But one of those products got all the attention for the wrong reasons, of course. Kylie was criticized for including the walnut face scrub in her skincare line, which many dermatologists warn against using them. Kylie Jenner released her walnut scrub in May 2019 and said in a video that it could be used every single day. She added, "It's gentle enough to use every day. I recommend 2 or 3 times a week. That's how much I use it." Walnut scrubs have a long, they've been a source of controversy in the skincare community, with pretty much all enthusiasts agreeing that they're not a healthy way to exfoliate the face. In fact, the popular St. Ives apricot scrub was a subject of a 2017 lawsuit. Plaintiffs claimed that the physical exfoliant created microscopic tears in their skin, leaving it vulnerable to bacteria and causing long-term damage and sensitivity. The case was tossed in December 2018, and Dr. Maria Diakow, a dermatologist, explained through email that walnut scrubs are in fact often too harsh for facial skin. She basically said using a harsh, mechanical or physical exfoliant such as a walnut-based scrub is often way too abrasive. These products can literally rip up the skin by causing micro tears in the upper layers of the epidermis, leading to inflammation, weakening the skin's protective barrier, and potentially causing textural and pigmentation issues. Now, in a promotional clip, Jenner recommends using the walnut scrub like 2 to 3 times a week. She also says, however, that it's gentle enough to just use every day. She said some walnut face scrubs are kind of harsh on the skin, but this one isn't too abrasive. And according to a tweet from Kylie Skin, the ingredients in the scrub include fine walnut powder along with glycerin to help balance the moisture in your skin, and ginseng to, extract to help energize the skin. Now, Kylie's tweet, of course, sent everyone into a frenzy online, with one person tweeting, "If you really believe that Kylie Jenner's skin looks the way it does from using her new skincare line, then you deserve all the consequences of using a walnut scrub." Well, the product is still available to buy, so I guess it does, well in sales despite the backlash.
And at number 10, Blackface. Accusations of cultural appropriation of the Black community has surrounded the Kardashian family for years, and Kylie was at the center of that debate when she posted a photo in April 2015 where people think she was blackfishing, which is when a white person changes their race to appear black or mixed race. The photo is heavily edited, but in it her skin is incredibly dark. Tons of comments called Kylie out for the photo, claiming this was a form of blackface. Kylie posted a follow-up photo addressing the controversy, saying the photo looked darker because of the lighting, not because of dark makeup. She wrote, quote, "This is a black light and neon lights. People, let's all calm down." In at number 9, the hashtag Kylie Jenner challenge. Back in 2015, after Kylie got her lip filler, Kylie Jenner challenge was going viral online. Since fans wanted to get bigger lips like Kylie, they started sucking on shot glasses and other small objects to inflame their lips and make them look huge like Kylie's. Thankfully, I never actually did this one. I'm surprised I didn't try it, but I don't think I ever actually did it. The challenge caused some hilarious results, but also some serious injuries. Many people were bruised for days following the challenge, but others had more severe problems like popping blood vessels in their lips that required hospitalization. Kylie condemned the challenge, tweeting, quote, "I'm not here to try and encourage people/young girls to look like me or think this is the way they should look. I want to encourage people and young girls like me to be yourself and not be afraid to experiment with your look." But people still faulted Kylie for the injuries. In at number 8, cornrows. It seems that Kylie didn't learn her lesson with the blackfishing scandal, and the backlash against her got much worse in July of 2015 when she posted a photo wearing cornrows on Instagram. Many fans in the comments called her out for wearing the style. Hunger Games actress Amanda Stenberg shared her disappointment in the comments. Quote, "When you appropriate black features and culture but fail to use your position of power to help black Americans by directing attention towards your wigs instead of police brutality or racism." Kylie responded, writing, quote, "Mad if I don't, mad if I do. Go hang with Jaden or something." Justin Bieber actually came to Kylie's defense here, but it created a huge scandal that got Kylie and the family a lot of heat. Detractors accused Kylie of appropriating black features and not recognizing the history associated with the hairstyle. In at number 7, vintage t-shirts. This scandal happened in 2017 when Kendall and Kylie launched a line of rap versus rock fashion tees as part of their Kendall and Kylie collection. The distressed faded shirts featured superimposed images of the sisters' faces over famous musicians like Tupac, The Doors, Biggie Smalls, and Ozzy Osbourne. Fans immediately called the shirts disrespectful, especially since the sisters were using images of deceased artists. Two of the more talked about t-shirts featured the faces of Tupac and Notorious B.I.G. Even Biggie's mom got involved, calling the concept quote disgusting and disrespectful. His estate also sent a cease and desist letter. Photographer Michael Miller, who took the image of Tupac that appeared on one of the shirts, later sued Kendall and Kylie, accusing them of using the image without his permission. The sisters removed the shirts days after the release and apologized for offending fans of the artists. And at number 6, plastic surgery denial. At this point, it's pretty obvious that Kylie has changed her looks through cosmetic enhancements, but she won't own up to anything other than her incredibly obvious lip filler. In 2015, after a shocking change in her appearance, it was speculated that she received lip fillers. But for months after, she denied the rumors and said that her full lips were a result of a lip liner. But after she could no longer deny it, she fessed up to the fillers in an interview. She told ABC News, quote, "It's just an insecurity of mine and that's what I wanted to do." She admitted the insecurity stemmed from a boy telling her lips were too small to kiss. Chloe said in an episode of the show about Kylie's lips, quote, "Kylie decided to plump her lips and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think if you've done something though, it's right to cop up to it." It's been speculated that Kylie's had a number of other procedures done, but she hasn't admitted to anything else. At number 5, lied about being a billionaire. Kylie Jenner became a household name after she was labeled the world's youngest self-made billionaire in 2019, beating up Mark Zuckerberg. This label was given by Forbes, who had looked over her finances and determined she was a billionaire. But less than a year after the company gave her the insane title, they actually walked it back and claimed the Kardashians duped Forbes into giving her the label when she wasn't actually a billionaire at the time. Forbes said Kylie had been, quote, inflating the size and success of her business for years. Apparently it was exposed when Cody bought a portion of Kylie's company, and all the business documents were made public, and the official one showed a lower net worth for the brand. In reality, it said that Jenner's net worth at the time was likely, quote, just under $900 million, but it has since fallen to around $700 million. And at number 4, fake face wash. While Kylie was first promoting Kylie's Skin, she got a ton of heat for a super cringy video of her washing her face. Firstly, she used a filter while washing, which doesn't let us see how the product actually works. Then she only used the face wash for about 5 seconds maximum before scrubbing off her makeup with a towel. Worst of all, we get a quick glimpse of the towel after, and it's covered in foundation. So clearly it didn't even work to take the makeup off. One comment on the post read, quote, "She washed her face for literally seconds and her foundation was all over the towel. If I did that, my acne would be poppin'." And at number 3, Kylie Minogue. Before Kylie Jenner, Kylie Minogue was the most famous Kylie. The Australian pop star shaded Kylie Jenner when Kylie tried to trademark their first name. According to the US Patent and Trademark Office, in 2015 Jenner tried to register Kylie in the US for advertising services and endorsement services. But Kylie Minogue's team filed their own charges to ensure the trademark did not go through. Minogue claimed it would damage her own reputation. In the legal documents, Minogue's team classified Jenner as a, quote, secondary reality television personality, known for her, quote, photographic exhibitionism and controversial posts on social media. Then Kylie Minogue tweeted, quote, "Hello, my name is Kylie, #lightyears," insinuating she was here way before Jenner. And at number 2, betrayed Kanye. When Kanye was first launching his Yeezy brand with Adidas, he used Kylie in his fashion show to promote the shoes, along with the rest of the Kardashian clan. But then Puma snagged Kylie for their new shoe line, which was a conflict of interest because Puma is a rival to Adidas. In an episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, Kim said, quote, "Kanye had Kylie walk in his first 2 Adidas shows. He really believed in her as part of his brand. I feel like this was a conflict of interest." Kylie ended up going forward with the Puma deal and apparently made a cool 7 figures, but she lost the trust and respect of Kanye. Before Kylie officially signed the deal, Kanye made a fool of himself on Twitter, saying that there was no way that Kylie would take the deal and betray his family. Sure, he regretted that after. And finally, number 1, Lourdes Leon. Lourdes Leon, daughter of Madonna, dissed Kylie after Lourdes was invited to a party that she was throwing. Apparently, Lourdes shaded Kylie over her social media activity and selfie taking. After Lourdes received the invite, the source revealed, quote, "She couldn't believe Kylie thought that she'd be receptive to a party invite and has completely ignored her. As far as Lourdes is concerned, she's not going to lower herself to even responding," adding that Lourdes is very picky about who she spends time with and Kylie doesn't make the cut. The source added that her friends are, quote, much more interested in changing the world than in taking selfies.
Number 10. Using a wheelchair as a prop. In 2016, Kylie's December-January cover of Interview magazine came with a lot of controversy. The cover and inside photos featured the reality star posing in a golden wheelchair in a way that made her look like a doll. The then 18-year-old Kylie was dressed in a skin-tight black bodysuit and posed as though she were a mannequin staring off into space. But it's not the lack of clothing or the bondage theme that had people offended. It's the fact that she was posing in a wheelchair. Many found the shoot to be demeaning to those with disabilities. In response, several users took to Twitter to explain why it was wrong. A wheelchair user by the name of Nylan Morton tweeted, "I will never forgive Kylie Jenner for doing that photo shoot in a wheelchair. That was ableist AF because it shows that society would rather support an able-bodied person acting disabled than actually support a disabled person talent. We deserve to be given opportunities and chances." Amidst a growing backlash, Interview magazine released a statement defending the photos. They said, "The Kylie Jenner cover by Stephen Klein is a part of this tradition, placing Kylie in a variety of positions of power and control, and exploring her image as an object of vast media scrutiny." Number 9. Terrible tipping. Being a waitress at a fancy restaurant will sometimes give you the chance to meet celebrities when you're working. TikTok user Julia Carolan was working at a fancy restaurant in Manhattan, and she documented her bad experience meeting several stars, one of them being Kylie Jenner, who she exposed big time for allegedly being a horrible tipper. Speaking about the experience, Julia said, "She was fine, but she tipped $20 on a $500 dinner bill. Do with that information what you will." She gave Kylie a 2 out of 10 rating, which was one of the lowest out of all the other celebrities. The video received millions of likes and thousands of comments from people who were as equally disappointed in Kylie's tip as Julia. Someone commented, "Kylie tipped $20 and she's the youngest billionaire, and I really feel like Kylie thinks $20 means 20%. These days there are more and more conversations surrounding tipping culture, and most people can agree that it's a pretty messed up system, and restaurants should just pay their waitstaff a living wage. But we can all agree that a so-called billionaire can afford to leave more than a $20 tip. It's not just stingy, it's incredibly disrespectful." Number 8. Kylie Cosmetics. The reality star's makeup company has faced intense backlash over the years. In February of 2017, at least 15 customers filed complaints with the Better Business Bureau that they smelled chemicals and glue when they opened her Royal Peach eyeshadow palette. The customers compared the smell to paint thinner and complained that they started experiencing horrible headaches soon after opening the palettes. That September, another customer reported that she found a swarm of ants in a box of makeup products. To prove her case, she posted an Instagram video of her opening her Kylie Cosmetics package to show dozens of live ants scurrying around on her makeup products. The customer claimed that she reached out to Kylie Cosmetics 3 times before posting on Instagram. She said that the company claimed they were going to send her another package, which never arrived. Then in May of 2019, when Kylie released a walnut face scrub, which she claimed could be used every day, she said, "It's gentle enough to use every day. I recommend 2 or 3 times a week. That's how much I use it." But her claims have since been refuted by dermatologists, who found that the fine walnut powder in the scrub is too abrasive to be used on delicate face skin, and it can actually cause micro-trauma to the skin if used every day. Number 7. Lying about being a billionaire. Kris and Kylie Jenner allegedly faked taxes to make Kylie appear to be a billionaire. In March of 2019, Forbes referred to Kylie Jenner as a billionaire and referred to the then 21-year-old as the youngest self-made billionaire ever. It was a huge achievement for the family, until it wasn't. Another article by Forbes, this one published in May of 2020, claimed that Kylie was never a billionaire at all, and that she and Kris have been inflating her business earnings for years. Quote, "More likely the business was never that big to begin with, and the Jenners have lied about it every year since 2016, including having their tax accountant draft tax returns with false numbers to help juice Forbes' estimates of Kylie's earnings and net worth." The staff at Forbes said, "While we can't prove that those documents were fake, it's clear that Kylie's camp has been lying." Not only that, but the Jenners initially declined to answer their questions about the issue, before Kylie went on to deny the whole thing in a series of tweets slamming the outlet. Number 6. Vintage t-shirt designs. In June of 2017, Kendall and Kylie Jenner became the center of controversy when they launched a new line of rap vs. rock fashion t-shirts as a part of their Kendall and Kylie collection. The shirts use images of their favorite musicians like Metallica, Led Zeppelin, and Pink Floyd, with their own faces superimposed over them. 2 of the more talked about t-shirts feature the faces of the late Tupac and Notorious Big. It was so bad that even Biggie's mom got involved and called the concept disgusting and disrespectful, along with sending a cease and desist letter that came from his estate. The sisters were immediately reprimanded online for lack of sensitivity and tact. They later posted an apology saying, "These designs designs were not well thought out, and we deeply apologize to anyone that has been upset and or offended, especially to the families of the artists. They went on to say, we are huge fans of their music and it was not our intention to disrespect these cultural icons in any way. The t-shirts have been pulled from retail and all images have been removed. We will use this as an opportunity to learn from these mistakes, and again, we are very sorry. Number 5. Denying lip fillers. Kylie came under fire as a teenager for getting lip injections to enhance her pout. For years, she denied this fact and simply said that she was overlining her lips with makeup to achieve this same effect. She eventually capitalized on the speculation and released a product called the Kylie Lip Kit, where she assured fans they could get similar results. But that didn't stop fans from noticing the drastic changes to her appearance in the more than 10 years since the show Keeping Up with the Kardashians aired in 2007. But after years of denying she's had lip filler, the star eventually came clean. During a 2015 episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, Kylie admits, quote, "I have temporary lip fillers. It's just an insecurity of mine and it's what I wanted to do. But it's a little sad when you look at why she got it done." She said, "I was 15 and I was insecure about my lips. I have really small lips. And it was like one of my first kisses and a guy was like, I didn't think you would be a good kisser because you have such small lips." She also admitted that she definitely made her lips a little too big at one point before her sisters pointed it out and said, "Kylie, you need to chill." They were definitely right to let her know when it was becoming a bit too much. Number 4. The offensive Halloween costume. When it comes to celebrities dressing up, not every idea is a winner, and some outfits result in major backlash from fans. Once Scott Disick got the ball rolling with his controversial costume, more Kardashians followed suit. In 2015, Kylie Jenner made headlines for all the wrong reasons when she was accused of wearing a sexy Halloween costume that seemed to be of an Alaskan native. Kylie posted a video donning blonde hair and a fuzzy white hood with matching boots. She also used a word to describe the outfit that has since been considered a slur. If you are unaware, it's the one that starts with the E. Unfortunately, Kylie made that the caption of her photo and later switched the caption to Snow Princess after she faced backlash. Although the then teenager was slammed for her costume, she did have one supporter, the Alaskan reality star Bristol Palin, who penned a letter to Kylie saying that she is part of the group that is indigenous to Alaska and said that she was not offended. But 2 years later, it was her sister Kim's turn to make headlines, this time for dressing up as a deceased R&B icon. Number 3. Lying on Instagram. In September of 2018, Kylie tweeted, "Last night I had cereal with milk for the first time. Life-changing." The post is still up to this day and has reached 179,000 likes. At first, no one was sure whether or not she was being serious, given that most people would have tried cereal with milk together or not had it at all. Seth Rogen seemed to think this and responded to her tweet saying, "Wait till you try peanut butter and jam." Other users followed suit, with someone writing, "Wait till you try coffee with hot water," or "Wait till you try butter on toast." But fans were quick to call Kylie out, and one Twitter user by the name of Joseph Shepard even came through with evidence that proved she was lying. Apparently, Kylie had posted a photo of a bowl of cereal on Instagram in 2013. And yes, the bowl of cereal had milk and fruit in it, so obviously the internet remembers everything. In 2020, the reality star also got called out for posting Photoshop pictures on Instagram. She put up a series of pics in a bikini by the pool, but she left in some very obvious evidence of editing. In one photo, the edge of the pool she's standing by is completely warped, which is probably the result of her toning her leg. Kylie quickly deleted the photos, only to share them again, this time with the warped pool edge cropped out of the image. But of course, fans noticed the blunder and took screenshots. Number 2. Cultural appropriation. In January of 2020, there was yet another Kylie Jenner scandal making the rounds on the internet. This time, Twitter users were accusing her of cultural appropriation after she debuted a controversial hairstyle on social media. Kylie shared a picture of herself from an old photo shoot wearing her platinum blonde hair in twists, which is known to be a protective style in the African American community that women can get legally fired for wearing. So that's when the backlash began to roll in. Kylie quickly deleted the post from her Instagram stories, but the photographer who was responsible for the photo shoot, as well as her makeup artist Ariel Tejada, kept the photo on their pages, and they claimed that Gwen Stefani was the inspiration behind the look. This isn't the first time the Kardashian and Jenner sisters have been slammed for appropriating black culture with their beauty choices. Apart from that incident, Kylie has also faced heavy criticism for wearing cornrows and trying to rebrand the look as boxer braids. In response, actress Amanda Stenberg posted a statement underneath one of her Instagram photos. She said, "When you appropriate black features and culture, but fail to use your position of power to help black Americans by directing attention towards your wigs instead of police brutality or racism." And coming in at number 1, the lion's head. Kylie once again caught a lot of heat when she arrived at Paris Fashion Week wearing a lifelike lion's head on her shoulder. The thing was so real, it looked like a genuine piece of taxidermy, which obviously disturbed a lot of animal activists. Her schiaparelli dress dress was made of foam, wool, and silk fake fur, and hand-painted to look as lifelike as possible. In fact, it looked so realistic that the brand had to release a statement about it on social media, in all caps, which read, "No animals were harmed in making this look." But of course, Kylie's look still received a large amount of backlash. One user tweeted, "We have to stop showing animals as luxury products. They may be made from foam, but these are endangered species that have historically been killed for their pelts to be turned into garments." World Animal News retweeted a video of the reality star in the gown and wrote, "A disturbing video of Kylie Jenner wearing a lion head at the Schiaparelli fashion show. Although they stated that it was fake, how could they possibly think this is fashion? This sends the wrong message and fuels not only the exotic fur trade, but trophy hunting."